Good morning. We are at the midpoint of the fourth week of our Easter season. Today I would like to speak briefly about a feast we celebrated yesterday. It's a feast specifically for the United States, but it is in honor of Saint Damien of Molokai. Let me just review for you this great saint's life and his exquisite, really, mission and ministry to the poor lepers who were isolated on that island of Molokai in the Hawaiian chain of islands. Father Damien was born about 1840 in Belgium, and he entered as a young man the Congregation of the Sacred Hearts of Jesus and Mary, which were based in Belgium, and it was a missionary order by its charism. And about 1873, thereabouts, he was already a priest of this congregation. He volunteered for the missions in Hawaii. And again, we have to remember that at that time, Hawaii wasn't one of the states of the United States. But he was given permission, and so he began the rest of his life's mission in Hawaii. And at a certain point, he was the only priest who actually volunteered to go to the island of Molokai and minister to all the people there who literally were social and community outcasts. They had all contracted leprosy. And again, we understand, just as it was in the time of Jesus himself and in those ages, so it still was at the time of Father Damien in Hawaii. Leprosy was pretty much a death sentence. There wasn't any cure yet for this terrible disease. And so if you had leprosy in Hawaii, you were condemned to have to live in leper colonies on that Hawaiian island of Molokai. And so Father Damien went, and he literally spent the rest of his life serving and ministering to the good people there, and so many of them converted to Catholicism because of the goodness and the kindness and the perseverance of Father Damien. And for the last, I think it was about 8 years of his life, he himself had contracted leprosy. And until literally the day he died, he continued to serve, as he called them, my children, my brothers and sisters. He had offered Mass for them. He couldn't stand any longer, but he sat down and offered Mass for everyone on the very day he died. And so it's a beautiful life, it's a very edifying life, and I would encourage you to get a good biography of Saint Damien de Veuster. That was his last name, more commonly known as Saint Damien of Molokai, and read that. It's a tremendous and an uplifting life to read of, and hopefully we gain a greater and greater appreciation for service to the poor. Father Damien died actually in 1889. Pope Benedict XVI canonized him a saint of the Universal Church in 2009. And as I said earlier, this is a memorial feast specifically observed in the United States. But again, as you perhaps have developed that good habit of reading the life of a saint every day, if you haven't yet read the life of Saint Damien of Molokai, I encourage you to do that. You will certainly not be disappointed. May God bless you in this fourth week of Easter, and may you continue to enjoy the graces and the blessings of the risen Lord.